Hi everyone, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. And once again, welcome back and welcome to In the Unknown to None episode number 34 with Vijendra. Hi Vijendra, good afternoon, how are you doing?
Very good afternoon, Atul, and good morning if you are in other countries, and greetings of the day if you are not in the morning sessions as well. I'm doing
Correct.
perfectly well, Atul. How are you? Thank you
I'm
for
I'm
asking.
I'm doing very well, Vijendra. Thank you so much. And first of all, thank you so much for giving the time to come on the podcast. And we are ready to share the knowledge, experience, learnings, bad experience, good experience, everything we're going to be discussed. But before that, Vijendra, as a tradition says, and I follow the tradition now, we'll take 10-20 second pause because definitely I'm a strong believer that anything we are doing is with the grace of God only. Okay, so let's start with this session. Let's say 10-20 second pause. To whom you worship, just pray that give the power, give us the word, give us the strength. What you want to communicate should be go in the same manner to the audience, to our friends, and then we'll start the formal session.
Sure.
Okay, so Vijendra, this is your first live podcast.
Of course, yes.
How are you feeling? Tense, little bit worried, afraid? What are your thoughts in mind now?
So first of all, I would like to thank you for having me here, Atul, and thank you for doing the fantastic job. I mean, probably thinking from a long time to be starting my podcast, but probably I was not able to gather the courage to start like you, and or probably the confidence like you to start the things. But yeah, you have a very amazing confidence and doing the very fantastic job and providing the opportunity to others to at least have them into your podcast. So that's an amazing thing. Yeah, of course, like number of times you go on a stage, but whenever you're again going on a stage, it's the butterfly started tumbling in your stomach. The same is happening with me as well. Nothing new. But yeah, I'm nervous as well as excited as well, so probably my excitement is more than the nervousness.
Oh wow, nice. No, that's not should be the case now. You should be more excited and zero nervous because this is not going to be like interview. It is going to be like two friends are sitting together and having a poha and chai together
Yeah.
and going to discuss on that particular point. Before we start, hi Ajay, good morning or good afternoon. Thank you so much for joining this session. So Vijendra, so now all settled. We have 3 minutes past for this particular discussion now. You are able to relax. Who is Vijendra here? I want to know about Vijendra, how you started your journey in service now. If you're okay to tell me how you're working, your experience, these things, because it is completely unscripted podcast. And more you tell me, because I'm a consultant, so in my words, I can say more I poke you, more information I get it from you. So over to you now, Vijendra.
Yeah, Tul, I mean, the toughest question from anyone you can ask is like, tell me something about yourself. And the same with me as well. Yeah, I mean, probably I tried to recall as much as about myself. I'll start from the very beginning. So after passing my 12th standard, I was not. I call myself as an accidental engineer, I must say, because I never thought about to do engineering. I was preparing for the defense services at that time when I was in 12th.
Nice.
I appeared for multiple SSB, but unfortunately, I was not able to get into the defense services. And then at the same time, I remembered that when I was in 12th class, um, my friends are going for the coaching classes to prepare for the IIT, and that was the first time when I heard about the IIT exams and the
Mhm.
engineering things. So since like I heard in the 12th class itself, I was not confident enough to crack the IITs. Then I appeared for the local engineering exams,
Okay.
and fortunately, like I got into one of the engineering college, and somehow like my dad was with me in the counseling, and he tried me to enter into the college which was very near to my hometown.
Okay.
or but yeah, I mean, I was interested in appearing computer science engineering because I was fascinated with the computers.
Oh,
And then I got into the engineering college, and then even after entering into the engineering itself, I was the worm of that appearing for the defense was still
my
inside my body, and I appeared for again the SSB. Yeah, it's called the SSC, Short Service Commission,
right.
and then CDS as well. But again, like as I say, unfortunately, I was not capable enough to crack those exams. This might be the toughest
Mhm.
exams in the world. And then later on, like it was 2009 when I got passed out from my engineering, and it was the worst time for the engineers, I must say.
True. True.
Um, in 2008, I was selected in Satyam Computers,
Ah,
and it was yeah, it was a 0 day. So it happens in a regional engineering college that if you once got in placement into
selected
any of
right.
the company, you will not able to appear for any other
True.
placement companies. So yeah, I cracked in a 0 day, and after that I was not able to sit in any of the these
Okay.
placement campuses. And unfortunately, I did not got my joining from the Satyams as well, since the scam came out and
True.
Satyam was like facing the very bad days.
Bad
And
things, right.
then fortunately, I got a job in a very starting or a small company in Indore itself.
Okay.
From there, it was a very small company. 50, 70 folks who were working with there, and then I appeared for a Java programmer.
Okay.
I was selected, but instead of getting training into the Java, I had to program into the Adobe Flex. If you heard about Adobe Flex and Flash, that was used for the rich internet applications and majorly
Okay.
used by the banking services at the time. So Flash
Oh.
players, have you heard about the
Yes,
Flash
yes, yes.
players?
Flash player we
Yeah.
remember. We have to be
Yes,
downloaded for running
exactly.
in the desktops that time.
Right, yeah. So I started my career in developing applications in Adobe Flex and Flash, and
Mhm.
then I at the same time, like Adobe Flex was a very best combination with the Java applications.
True.
So I learned implementing the Java applications as well. And then later on, after 3 years working into the same company, I switched my job and I
Mhm.
shifted to Delhi. There I was again like developing application into Adobe Flash and Java. Then
Okay.
I got opportunity to work in Infobeans in, I think it was 2012. Yeah.
Oh,
And they have like selected me for Adobe Flex.
okay.
Uh, for 2 years I was working on Adobe Flex, and all of a sudden the downfall started in Adobe Flex. Then I again shifted back to Java. At the
Okay.
same time, I was also developing the applications in Java along with the Flex. Then later on, somehow, a very first time I heard about ServiceNow, because there was one of the company who wanted to start a partnership with our company to collaborate and develop the application in the ServiceNow.
Okay.
It was one of the company which was later acquired by Accenture. It was a Euro-based company,
Okay.
and there we got a training for 8 days in uh, uh, the ServiceNow as an ServiceNow administrator.
Okay.
And after 8 days only, we have to crack an exam.
For CSA.
Yeah, CSA. Fortunately, we cracked that. And unfortunately, I must say that the company has been acquired by the Accenture.
Mhm.
And then we are again left alone. So from there, we struggled a lot in our company. So I can say that I was one of the founding member who started ServiceNow in Infobeans.
Nice.
Yeah. And then later on, we struggled a lot. We developed our own applications, created some
Mhm.
applications, and uploaded into the App Store as well. And since my background was from the Java, so I was more interested into the integration and doing the codings.
Okay.
I'm still interested in doing codings, and whenever I'm getting the chance or time, I started solving things by myself in ServiceNow as well.
Nice. Nice.
So yeah, that's how I started my journey in ServiceNow, and from there on, started appearing for the various exams, the CIS, cracked
Mhm.
those CIS as well. Then providing consulting to multiple clients, Europe, USA, and many other regions as well. Then later on, I got a chance to join the knowledge event. I think it was in
Yes.
2018.
Oh,
The first time I joined the knowledge event, and
in
that
Vegas.
was my first. No, it was not in Vegas. It was in Florida,
Okay.
Orlando. Yeah, it was
Okay.
in Orlando. Yeah, so that was also my first time when I was visiting any other country apart from India.
India, right?
Yeah.
Definitely. So we'll pick up this knowledge part little later as well because I want to be discussed on that particular part. But now
Yeah.
the question come how it can be accidental engineer because you definitely destiny has some different plans for you. You started your career journey in engineering college, but you're good in the Java and everything. So this Java was like easy for you to pick up or like it's very difficult.
I must say it was a challenging thing.
Mhm.
Because I'll again go back to my college days. At the time, there was a debate between which is easier, Java or .NET. Since
Okay,
in Java, you need to set up everything by your own,
true.
Eclipse and other things. And in .NET, there is a studio available where you
That is
just need
different.
to plug
Yes.
and play, and the coding was very easy. And somehow I choose Java because at that time we like challenges, you know.
Mhm.
So that's how my journey for Java started, rather
Mhm.
than like at the I mean we learned .NET applications as well. But yeah, somehow like I was more inclined towards the Java. But I mean in college I was favored into the .NET applications because it was easy to pick up.
Easy to
And I
right.
think we have developed one application, probably it was Foxflow or something, where it was just
Oh,
plug and play. Yeah, plug and play, you just drag and drop and doing some coding automatically happens in backend. So that's how like it was a debate between the easier and the tough one, and probably I chooses the tough one. The same happened with me in my 11th standard as well.
okay,
In MP you have to choose the specialization subject in 11th standard.
true.
And almost all of my friends chooses to go with the commerce,
Okay,
and I got a less marks in maths,
okay.
and then I selected maths as my majors in 11th standard. Yeah.
Because might be that is required for your
Yes,
defense exams
defense.
as well. That is
Correct.
important.
Yes. Yes.
Good, good, good. So nice, interesting journey that from kind of a defense perspective and moving to the engineering perspective. And I'm sure that do you regret that I should put a little more efforts to go in the defense, or are you happy with this current scenario? What do you think?
In terms of regret, I must say that that was my first love, of course. So I wanted to live that life
Mhm.
because I'm living nearby to Indore,
Right.
and it's basically my town is called as Mahu, and it's an
Okay.
cantonment area.
Oh, okay.
So my whole schooling was done near into the cantonment area. So I have observed that life from very close,
Close.
and that's why like that's a kind of imagination I made from my childhood itself to live that life.
All right.
So
So
yeah,
you
regret
grew
is
up in
all.
all these army base and trucks, army people and soldiers. Everybody uses right. Good.
Yes,
But
yes.
again, it's all destiny. I guess you are the second or the third guest on my podcast who has a different dream, but then come into this particular engineering domain. I guess it was Anil Lande who was preparing for his PhD, but somehow he did not get chance to be going the PhD after the college, and now he's definitely a known person on the committee as well. Good.
Yes.
So this is what about Vijendra. Good. So Vijendra, let's go a little bit step next now. After getting this your Adobe Flash players and all things, because I remember that in 2009, which you pick up, I done my MC in 2008, and that was a
Mm-hmm.
recession time. Definitely, it was a very
Yes.
tough time. 8 and 9 was a very tough time for everybody. And I remember that I do the trainings which is provided by Accenture because I got placed in Accenture from the campus, and we
Mm-hmm.
have to download this thing then install Java as well to run all these applications, so this thing. So how this transition happened from this Flash players Java and into the service now, what in, I can say, what attract you in ServiceNow? It's like an interface, it's like a coding, because ServiceNow use its own classes, its own function. They follow the concept of Java, but mainly they have their own classes and functions on that particular part. So how this transition be happen?
From Java to ServiceNow.
Yes, ServiceNow, correct.
Uh, I I mean, I'm on a public platform, so I cannot disclose the story. Trust me, it was a really very interesting story. But yeah, I mean, I just wanted to switch my project. That's the
Okay.
only thing at that period of time. And the the ServiceNow was the new thing which was coming into the company, and that's how like I was only allowed to switch my project,
Hmm.
and hence I chooses ServiceNow again. Like just only I do not wanted to work into continue into that project, and
Correct.
hence the ServiceNow training was there, and I choose a ServiceNow. I was completely unaware about the ServiceNow when I started working in ServiceNow.
So it means, like, as you said, that in 2012, 13 time period, you started or using ServiceNow first time. What you see from the
Um,
growth perspective?
Sorry, pardon.
So what you see from the growth perspective, that ServiceNow, if I take that, okay, 2014 you started or 15 you started, it's still
14,
nine
15, yes,
years, 9 years you completed in
nine,
ServiceNow.
10 years, right?
How
Yeah.
you see that ServiceNow growth? What do you think? What do you feel?
Um, the growth is enormous, I must say. Probably if I was into the Java technology, I might not be able to achieve the growth which I have achieved into ServiceNow domain.
Mhm.
When we started again, like the ServiceNow was only known as the ticketing tool,
Ticking,
because when,
right?
yeah, exactly, because when we were working into when we were working with our client, we were using ServiceNow only for the ticketing only.
Yes.
Yeah. Um, but when I learned about that the administrator training, then I got introduced to ServiceNow. I think I started from Eureka version. Yeah.
Oh, yes.
So
Same
yeah,
line. 2014. I'm sure you're talking from the 2014, 15 somewhere. Eureka, Fuji was there that time.
right, correct, yeah. So there onwards my journey started, and then I started with ITSM as usual.
Right.
And I fortunately I was deployed in one of the project where the client was not interested in using ServiceNow anymore, or
Oh.
probably develop their tool not into the ServiceNow anymore, because they were facing lots of challenges in implementing the roadmap which we have prepared. And
Hmm.
then I joined that project, and somehow I understand the requirement and implemented the project uh, ho- in a way such that it fits into their criteria, not 100% per 80%. And
Oh,
hence they rejected the idea to scrap ServiceNow, and they are still continuing with
nice.
ServiceNow. And that's how I got my first opportunity to visit on site as a developer, ServiceNow developer as well.
So where you travel that time? In which country?
It was in Europe,
Europe. So
Germany.
how?
Yeah,
Oh, nice, 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 nice,
yeah.
nice. That's good. So Ajay put a question here that we want to hear the story. I'm pretty sure that will be inspirational, definitely. But some stories cannot be speak on the public platform as well. So Ajay, there are two options for you. Either you can sponsor Vijendra to come to Bangalore and meet you, or either, because on the 9th of February there's an Indore Meetup is happening, you can travel there and then you can have this story with Vijendra in person as well.
Yeah,
Good.
and I must say, Atul and Ajay, that story will resonate with almost all the developers.
Okay, good. So I'll pick up this current topic now. So you are the host of Indore Developer Meetup as well, right?
Yes. Hmm.
How this journey has been started and how anybody can start the meetup chapter in their city if it is not already happening.
Yeah, so the story is again like very interesting, Atul. Since we are from Indore, which is not a very known IT hub in 2016 or 17 era. But at the time, like when we started into the service now, I along with one of my colleagues, Jitin, we were interested in starting the developer meetup group, or at the time like the user group, which was happening at that period of time in Indore. Since there are very less folks in Indore who are working into the service now, and I remember
Mhm.
that I have dropped email to Chuck that we wanted to start this meetup group in Indore,
Okay.
and he asked me about what is the number and how many folks can join from Indore.
Okay.
Unfortunately, um, I was not able to gather that number because there are very few companies in Indore, and on
Mhm.
top of that, only couple of the companies are working in service now.
Right.
So at the very first, we got rejected to start the meetup group in Indore. Then later on, after I think it's in 2020, 2021 or 2020, I have coordinated with Pranav,
Okay.
and he suggested that you first start internally and we'll see the
Okay.
number, and then we can officially start the meetup in Indore. And the very first two meetups we have unofficially started in Indore. Infobins sponsored those two first event, and
Mhm.
we were around 40-50 people gathered into the first meetup, and we like click the pictures, notices everything, and then shared it to Pranav, and
Pranav
then
Meetup.
he came to Indore in the very first official meetup, and
Right.
the meetup chapter has started.
Nice, nice, nice. Also, if anybody in or around Indore, they can join this WhatsApp group as well. That is a dedicated WhatsApp group for Indore Meetup. But definitely, it's need to be approved by. I'm sure Vijendra, you are the admin of this group, so it will be approved by
Yes.
Vijendra. Only then you can join, where you can get all the updates. But definitely, one more thing which is important here is that either you're in any of the city, if you're getting chance to attend the meetup, that is more and more important and more good as well. So what is the good experience you have in Indore meetup till now? Because I know I was also one of the speaker in last year in Indore meetup. So what is the good experience you have till now?
There are many, Atul. Like talking about the good experiences, the very first meetup itself, like when Pranav joined. Uh, how I start, like basically when he joined the meetup, and he came to Indore, and he played some games.
Right.
He started with the games. Trust me, at that time the hall completely turned to the lots of energy. Pranav was amazed by the energy itself, and that was the very first time I got the confidence that this meetup chapter will run very smoothly in Indore. And from there onward itself, we are running very smoothly. Every time whenever we ask for the presenter, we got 2-3 entries at least. And every time the energy is same, yet now the energy has not been down by a single number.
Mhm.
uh, the folks who are joining from the very beginning are still coming to our event. Even on Saturday, it's very tough to get up early and coming and traveling. Even folks are traveling from 30-40 kilometer as well.
True.
I remember one of the team member um, is traveling for 40 kilometers to join this event only. He's working from home, but to join this event early in the morning, he is getting up and coming to the
Right.
premises, and hence like we changed our time as well. Previously we were starting around 10, and
Morning.
then later on we came to know that the folks are coming from the far away as well, and we changed our time to 11 o'clock.
True.
So
No,
that's
that
how like. Mhm.
Yep, that is the important, and it show the dedication that people are willing to come as well. That's
Yes.
more important. Also, if anybody want to present in the Indore meetup and he's okay to travel, to whom he need to reach out? Is only you or some other person also who are taking care of the speaking part?
Yeah, so currently we are three team members who are hosting the Indore meetup.
Mhm.
Me, myself, Vijendra, Sainy, Jasdeep Singh Chamla, and Vaibhav
Okay.
Dane. You can contact any one of us, or even like anyone if you know from Indore. Most of the folks who are working in ServiceNow domain in Indore are joining our event. You can coordinate with anyone, because
Okay.
in every event we are asking the team members who are joining the event, if you are interested in the presentations, please do coordinate with us.
Sure.
So yeah, please feel free. My LinkedIn ID is also
I'll,
available in the chat.
definitely, I'll do.
Yeah.
So I'm sure that now your LinkedIn is completely full because you are hosting the meetup, and as soon as you put something on about the meetup, people immediately start commenting and reaction as well and resharing as well. So I put the Vijendra's LinkedIn ID as well, guys, if you want to connect. And again, if you are able to travel to Indore and you want to be a speaker, I guess Indore is one of the good place to be start. And also one more thing.
And click.
Yes, and I also plan some time in the Indore whenever I coming to India next time. I have two things. One is Pune and one is Indore in my list now to become and attend the meetup in person. And also now ServiceNow is starting the meetup in Kolkata as well. If you're joining from that region, so get ready. Pranav already posted that in the LinkedIn. Sandeep Datta is one of the person who is be I guess supporting Pranav on that particular part. Good. So this is what the meetup. Now, what is the sad experience in the meetup, which give you learning?
Before sharing my sad experience, I missed one part when you're talking about the Indore. One of the reason you must visit the Indore is that it's the cleanest city of India, and
True.
I miss to add into my introduction, because whenever anyone from Indore appearing for any interview or anything, he started with that belongs to the cleanest city of India,
Right.
and there's the one thing I missed to mention in my introduction, because I heard it from many other folks as well. Like whenever I'm meeting my clients, and whenever they came to know that I'm from Indore, they say, "Oh, you are coming from the cleanest city of India," and the reason they recalled is because if they are interviewing anyone from the Indore, he started with this line only. Yeah.
Mm. The punchline or the starting line is this one.
Yeah, exactly. And
That
the
but
another reason is that you can enjoy the poha jalebi early in the morning. And
yes.
if you are feeling hungry, you can go to the Sarafa or the Chappan Dukan at midnight 1 a.m. as well.
Oh my
So
God.
we are foodie city. You will get lots of food to eat in Indore, and you will get to try lots of things in Indore if you're coming to Indore. Now, coming
Definitely.
back to the said thing about the meetup, Atul, like whenever we started anything, we have lots of doubt in ourselves, right? The same kind of doubt I had in myself as well, when I was like starting this meetup group. We were
Mhm.
working with clients, everything is going in smooth. We were busy with our things as well, and then when I was starting, the very first doubt in my mind was that, will I be able to take time out from my busy schedules to conduct those events? Second thing, will people will be interested in joining the events, or are we able to get the enough speaker so that we can conduct the events smoothly?
Mhm.
But fortunately, all of those doubts were only doubts. Everything else everything, all of them has proved wrong, because we are running very smoothly, and we are getting sponsors as well. um, and talking about the presentations, that initially, yes, we struggled with the presentations, but now we have lots of presenter lined up. I have to give them the next to next slot.
Meeting slots
uh,
are there now.
yes, yes. And my colleagues, or my co-hosts Jasdeep and Vaibhav, are helping me a lot in taking all the background activities very smoothly. Trust me, there are lots of things involved when you are hosting the events, starting from booking venue, taking care of menu, what to eat, preparing
Mhm.
the agenda, coordinating with presenters, uh, sending invites to the team members, and collecting their details. Lots of things involved. Even we personally call to the entries who are submitting their entries, are you coming? If you're not coming, tell us, so that we can give your slots to someone else, so that we
True.
can utilize it efficiently. It involves lots of efforts into the back end. So yeah, but I mean, in talking about the bad experiences, I don't have any of such, but yeah, it was only the doubts and fears only.
That's good. You don't have any bad experience. Also, one thing which is important, not only for the indoor meetup, for any service now event you already registered, and if you're not able to go, please cancel that registration immediately because there are someone who is waiting for his turn, and due to your carelessness, I not say carelessness, just laziness. like we say in Hindi, क्या फर्क पड़ता है मैं नहीं जाऊंगा तो, because but this slot you are missing someone, might be network, might be destiny as well. Sometimes it be happen. So same thing happen for me. If I register for something and I'm not able to go, immediately cancel my registration so that next person can get the slot on that particular point. Good.
That's 100% true.
Yes. So
And
now,
thank you for highlighting this, Atul. I mean, this really helps. As an host and as well as someone who is waiting to be
true.
joining those meetups.
Right, and also it's not just one thing, as you say, and I had the same experience when I talked to Gaurav Shirsath as well in the Pune. They also said that we call 200, 300 people to confirm the seats, because sometimes they are online, sometimes they're coming in the in person, so 50, 60 people are there, so we have to be called one by one, sending WhatsApp messages, confirming everything. Might be for you just a call, but for the host it is like a complete cycle need to be complete. Your
Yes,
seats, your name, your ID cards, your entries, your food, everything they have to be counted. So it is equally responsibility for host as well as the attendee to make sure that they attend the event. And also one thing which is important, which I learned from experience as you open this point now, Jayendra, give a true feedback, because
right.
feedback doesn't mean that Vijendra will get hurted by my feedback, but Vijendra will be more happy to improve it for the next time. And this is what the meetup says here. And that is the
That's
purpose
correct.
of the meetups here. Good. So now Ajay have a question here. So he said that if he come to Indore, he don't have to worry about the food. Don't worry, Vijendra already confirmed that you will get in the midnight as well, and that particular part. And good
If
morning,
you
Jerry.
start any of the business in Indore, it's a food business. It never
Yes.
get flopped.
Yeah, and I see recently that there's a MP government also putting a lot of investment in the Indore to making as a good place for the IT and the other industries as well. That is again a
Yes.
good thing happening here. Good.
So
Good morning, Jerry, and welcome back in this session. So we have a question here from Aman. Why nowadays no one is hiring fresher in service, not domain? What do you think, Vijender?
That's not 100% true. Finding a job is very tough, not nowadays, but it was in my initial career as well. I'll take my example itself. It's someone, right? Someone, what I did is that at the time it was not easy to get the email addresses of the HRs. So what I used to do is that I printed around 60, 70 resumes of mine and visited each and every IT company of Indore and dropped my CV. So fortunately, at the registration time itself, there were three places from where I got the call, and I got selected in one of the company. So there are jobs. There are jobs for the freshers as well. There are internship opportunities as well. The thing is that you need to find it. And there was one line I still remember from my that struggle days, that um, opportunities are like a rabbit. You need to knock a door, right?
Yes.
So keep trying. There are opportunity, and definitely will get one of the opportunities as well. I wish you all the very best.
Thanks. And definitely we'll come to Vijendra again on the same question, but with a different perspective. Okay, now Jerry put a question. What was your most favorite part of organizing meetups? Arranging food, attendance, calling people, speaker arrangement, or just to be sit at the door and say, yes, welcome guys, welcome in the meetup. What's the amazing part for you?
Thank you, Jerry, for asking that question. I must say that the very amazing experience I get from this meetup is talking with the people, the real people. Whenever you're interacting with a new personality, you get a new perspective. So that's a very exciting part in conducting the meetups or joining any of the event, for specifically for me, that you need to talk with the real human being whom you are just listening online or just following them on LinkedIn. You connect with them, you ask questions, you talk with them, and you just came to know that they are just human. uh,
True.
right. So that's the very best part for me as well.
Nice. And just to tell you, Vijender here, that Jerry is one of my regular viewer, and he's based out in
Yes, I know.
UK. So we join. He always like get up on the same time, 6:30 or 6 o'clock before this podcast started. And he join this meetup, these sessions as well. Okay, Aman, I'll take a question little later. Let's move forward. So, Vijendra, you told that when you started your career in a service, now you got the 8 days training, then you go for the CS exams. But how you think that now a fresher need to prepare for the service now? What is the steps? What is the process they need to be followed, and how the journey should be started?
So very first thing is that you must be genuinely interested in learning something. That's the very first requirement. If you just want to get a job in ServiceNow, if you're listening that there is lots of opportunity available in ServiceNow and you're learning ServiceNow, trust me, it will be very tough to get into the ServiceNow job. But if you're genuinely interested and learning from this perspective, there are, I think, uh, number of opportunities or sources now available. You can join YouTube channels. Ajay, Atul are there who are like running their YouTube channels from where you can learn the basics of ServiceNow. Even you can go to the Now Learning platform where you can start learning about how to start in ServiceNow. I think it was a basic course which is available on the Now Learning, and then later on you can appear for the CAC exam. The exam is very easy, I must say. If you learn for around 15 days to 20 days, and then you will be able to crack the exam as well. If your certificate, it would be easy for you to knock the doors. And I must say, like if you know the programming and if you have the basic concepts very clear, it is very easy to learn ServiceNow as well.
Right.
Startingly, it seems very tough, but later on you realize that it's a very easy to learn, because most of that time it's configurations and understanding about the basics only.
True. So when you started, like after this CS and everything, that was the only ITSM, and I saw your LinkedIn profile as well. You completed your CT, I guess, recently in the December only you
Yes.
completed your CT as well. So,
Yes.
what are your thoughts after doing the CTA? That learning is one thing, but we have multiple sources as well. So, if I want to become a developer, like Aman is putting a question that his experience in service now, sorry, not service now, web development. So, how he can build his scripting knowledge? What is the best way to do that particular stuff? Any idea on that particular part?
Scripting, I must say that in ServiceNow, you do not need to be expert in scripting now, right?
Okay.
Initially, if you are working into the custom development or in the integration part, now the integration is also easy. Initially, like when we were working into the ServiceNow, the integration when the integration was not there, then there was lots of the coding and the scripting done. Now we ourselves refrain from doing the codings when uh, the automation can be done or the plug and plays are available in service now. At the time it was workflow, now the flow designers.
Go to that, right.
So yeah, so the scripting knowledge is not required, but I must say that the basics needs to be very clear. Do the programming challenges, and I think there are challenges available on Now platform as well. You can pick the challenges from there and try to develop the applications, and you will be able to learn the scripting as well as the configuration to the service now.
Perfect. Right. And also, Jerry put a very good part here. What are your thoughts about the service now community?
Probably Atul, I may not be the right person to explain about the community because I do not having the ranks into the ServiceNow community, because whenever I try to be contributing to ServiceNow community, I'll get lots of work and I always get busy into the projects.
Okay. Right.
And even I think in our days when we started ServiceNow in 14 15, there was very less help available from the
Yes.
community because you need to
True.
learn everything by your own.
Right.
But yes, the community is helping a lot. And one thing that if you wanted to become a known personality, you must contribute to the community. Uh,
Right.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. If you become a rising star or MVP, then trust me, you will become a talk of town. So that's the really good thing. And even there are very genuine folks into the community as well who's really helping lots of people.
Yes.
I heard lots of story from Sandeep. I think he came into
I,
your podcast
yes.
as well,
True.
and he's my colleague. So we talk a lot about the community. He's really helping lots of folks. Even some of the folks are connecting him offline as well, and he's trying to help them as well. And the one thing he shared that the sense of satisfaction he got after solving the problem of others is like
Best.
unbelievable, yeah, or it's
True.
undescribable.
True.
So yeah, if you want to learn, use community, put your questions, and now lots of the people are there who are ready to help you. If you post one question, you'll get lots of answers in few seconds, I must say.
Definitely yes. And also, what I call ServiceNow community is it is a free shop where you have to be
Correct.
just go
Right.
and choose your thing and don't pay anything in the
Right.
beginning. But
Right.
when you start earning it, then pay back as well. It means now you're putting your question, but later on you start answering that question as well.
Contributing. Right.
Yes, and believe me that I'm on the committee from the last 2 years now. I started from somewhere 13,000 position and I'm on the sixth position on the leaderboard. I learned, it's not like praising myself, but I learned a lot of things from the community. I learned a little bit of the HRSD, CSM, reporting, dashboards, workspaces I learned from the community. So if anybody want to be start, because definitely like your CTA and people reach out to you, hey, Vijendra, I want to be learn service now. Can you give me some use cases? And
Hmm.
definitely we can't share the customer's information to a use case, but I say go to community, it's full of use cases, and
Right.
the feeling you get when you solve the problem statement of anybody is really really amazing. Wow, I done something good on that particular part. There is
Correct.
a,
That's correct.
also I recommend Vijendra. I'm sure that you are a lot of busy and you are doing the meetup as well. But if possible, spend 30 minutes on the meet on the community daily basis. Believe me, it's like a addiction. 30 to 30 minutes to 2 hours. How it's become, you will never know this thing.
I I I really I really resonate with you, Atul, in this case, because I remember that when I completed my project and I was having some leisure time, I started contributing the community,
True.
and the notification which popped up in your emails, like you continuously checking, like okay, I suggested the solutions, folks are commenting on it, whether whether I submitted the correct solution or not, and you started
Yes.
following, and then definitely, I mean, the 30 minutes turns to be a longer time. You never know.
Right. There was a day when I spent complete office hours in the community. I was free, so I was spending it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
There's a thing. Good. So now I'll go a little. Go ahead, please. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Sorry to cut you in between, Atul. But yeah, I mean, I am revolving around with the folks who are contributing a lot to the community, because in Infobeans itself, in my
Yes.
company, basically, we are internally running the community as well. And I think there are few folks, Sandeep, Sarthak, and there are others as well, who are continuously contributing to the community and discussing the solutions and questions among ourselves. So
True.
yeah, I'm
And
very close to the community folks. Yeah,
no,
sorry.
that's true. And also one thing's, I'm a regular user of the community. So if I did not find the answer of my friends there, like you say, Sandeep, Ankur is there, Sandeep Datta is there, I feel why they're not answering it. Are they busy? Is everything good with them? Because we are the regular guys who are putting the questions on every part. That's good.
Correct.
So this is what the learning we can take it, that anybody here, including myself, please try to spend 30 minutes in a day on the community, and after 30 days you will see a change in yourself from the learning perspective as well. Good.
It helps you in learning yourself as well, because when you
True.
see any question, you started. If you know the solutions, you immediately answer it. If no, then you started searching the right solution for the questions as well. So it helps you in learning the things as well.
100% agree. Okay, so I'll go for some questions. Vijendra, get ready, because you're representing a kind of a company here, and people are little want to know about yourself here. So Aman question has been done. So okay. Aman put, I learned incident change problem update set notification portal is above topic is enough for entry in this domain. So before Vijendra answer, Aman, let me answer you on this particular part. These are not enough nowadays. These are just 1 or 2% of service now. This is the time when you have to build your portfolio. Nowadays, companies are looking, I'm not saying it's only from the Vijendra perspective, companies are looking for the multi module experience. ITSM, ITOM, might be GRC, SecOps, HRSD, CSM kind of things. What your take on this particular part, Vijendra? Do you think that it's
So
enough or move forward?
that's an interesting question, Aman, because when you start with ServiceNow, I think this is the basics things we started learning. Incident change problem, I'll keep them aside. But if you talk about ACL update sets, notification scripts, flow design, service catalog, import sets, reports in the portal, they are the very common thing which has been used in almost all the domains.
True.
If it's ITSM, CSM, HRSD, or whatever, these are the basics things. If you learn them, it would be easier for you to learn the domains, because the incident change and problem are from the ITSM. If you go to the case, it will become the CSM. The concept will be the same. You will see the ACLs, update sets, notification scripts, all of them will be there. But yeah, it's very important to learn these things. If you learn this, it will be very quick for you to understand the other domains as well.
Right. And also, Aman, I go the same in my previous answer. Now go to the community and try to be answer on these questions as well as somebody is asking. Because
Yeah,
reading the now learning content, reading the blogs, watching the YouTube will not help until unless you will start practicing that particular part. Okay, so that's the important part here. Thanks, Ajay, for the feed for the positive impact here. This is what we are doing. Try to do here that bringing a lot of guests on the podcast is not to just get fame to both of us. The purpose is that to make an impact. Might be Vijendra, one line, one word can change anybody's life as well here. So that was the
that's
purpose.
correct.
Wow,
That's
beautiful
correct.
question put by Deepak now. What is your view on the opportunities apart from developer and the BA? Nice. What do you think now, Vijendra?
Apart from developers and BA,
BA.
probably I want to understand these questions in more detail. Uh, what do you mean by other opportunities? Do you mean
So might
architects,
be
seniors, developers?
yeah, it might be Deepak. You can put, but I'll just little bit try to elaborate more here. So I'm a want to enter the service now, but I'm not a developer and I'm not
Mhm.
a BA. What other roles I can enter in the service now ecosystem?
You can join the DevOps team. That's
Okay,
another thing. You can join the L3 support team. If you're not developer, not BA, that's the another thing. These are the two things which in a service now I can see you can join if you're not a developers and BA, because there are lots of opportunities where you can become a desk agent, you can become an admin as well, and even I think L3 folks are almost acting as an admin as well.
admin, right?
So there's another thing, and yeah, what else?
Might be you can join in the QA testing team as well. You can join the platform team as well,
Yes,
platform security
yeah,
team as well. So,
yeah,
Deepak, there are multiple roles,
multiple roles available.
but I'll not say that these roles are very open for the beginners. For the beginners, mainly is a developer, or if
Mhm.
you're lucky, then you can go in the BA or BPC kind of a role. But from for that beginner perspective, developer is the one. But other than that, as Vijay also say, DevOps team, platform team, which who take the platform part, deployment team, you can go in the service ecosystem. But bottom line is that you must know the platform. Only then you can go in that particular domains. Otherwise, it's tough to be get entered there. Okay, Hanuk, I'll put a question little later, but I'll put this question from Jerry. So generally in my podcast, I found that the guest came and they said that someone in the background who supported them, like the mentor. I was having this guy, Anubhav Ritolia was there. Then I have Anil Lande was there. Gaurav Shetsas was there. Ashish Atre was my first guest. So everybody say that they have some mentors. Who is your mentor who built you to come on this particular point?
In terms of service now or in general
In
life?
terms of service now specifically we're talking, or might be in your life who can say, okay, now you are in the right place, Vijendra, go ahead. Like might be who guided you, okay, you done ITSM, go for this one, go for this one, go for this one.
Okay. No, so specifically in service now, I do not have any mentor, I must say,
Mhm.
because after the training itself, like we were diving into open sea and we learned everything by ourselves, because there are very less guidance available at the time when we started. But if you talk about a mentor, I had a mentor and she was my class teacher in 10th class. And I still remember one word she mentioned, that currently you are in a small school. Once you pass out from the school, you will enter to a bigger school, and trust me, those exams will be really very tough. I still remember those words.
Mhm.
And I call that lady as my mentor, and I will remember all my life, because she turned my life. I mean, she always talk in this manners, and probably that changed my perspective of life. Otherwise, I was a brat, like the guy who just wanted to join a defense. They do not have any interest in studies, but that lady changed my perspective of life.
Right. Good. So definitely it's again learning which I got from the my podcast, that whenever you are be on a good place, you're speaking on the public platform, don't hesitate to pay gratitude to your mentors, because it's their words, their blessings, their thoughts who make us at this particular point. Okay, I'll come to your question now, Hanuk. So Hanup says that I'm a ServiceNow fresher in Bangalore. I have completed 1 year and now interested development and integration. Basic knowledge of coding where I can go to learn more and deep dive. What do you think? This is pure your area. I'll not be saying anything because integration and it's you.
Yeah, Anup, I think we can connect on our LinkedIn. I'm guiding one of the team member who is learning service now, and is still a fresher. So I
Mhm.
think we are discussing about the service now challenges. We are discussing the offline examples as well. We have um, some apps which we are developing, so that we can at least showcase whenever you are appearing for the interviews. But on a now learning, there are lots of courses available, and I think there is one guide available. I can share that link with you, where you will get some challenges,
Okay.
and when you're completing, you will be able to learn the service now in more details. They are also providing the solutions later on, but yeah, I mean, there's guides available on now learning platform itself.
Okay. And
I,
also,
I,
Hanup,
I
go ahead,
sorry,
go ahead.
Atul. I must suggest that this freshers must coordinate one single. Someone from you should start a group where these folks join, because what I've noticed is that almost every city has some folks available, or who are 1 or 2 years of experience folks, or a fresher who is trying into the ServiceNow community, and a few of you are getting the jobs as well.
Right.
So rather than us, probably it would be easier to get into touch of those folks who are very equivalent to you, and you will get lots of help from them.
True. True. No, definitely. And also, Hanuk, one more thing which is important here is that if you want to learn integration, there are a lot of documents and processes have been put up by people on the LinkedIn as well, like ServiceNow WhatsApp integration, ServiceNow Slack integration, ServiceNow Teams integration. Try to follow that as well, because if you say that can someone sit with you and teach you, it's not possible for anybody. The thing is that everybody has a use cases. Everything is available on the LinkedIn, on the social media platform as of now, in the service now learning as well, community as well. Go download that and do your R&D on that particular part. And if you're stuck, put the question on the community, you will get it. Believe me, if you're looking for integration, there are dedicated forum on the ServiceNow community for the integration. People put a lot of questions there. Go and see that. Don't assume or don't think that I'm just pushing everything on the community, because there you'll get 500,000 minds on a question on that particular part. Okay, now I
One
come to the
another
next.
thing,
Good.
in addition, I think you can visit the Now Create as well.
Yes.
uh,
True.
Atul
Let me
gave
tell
us
you
the
that.
session
I love
about that,
I love that. I love that. Okay, one more question for you, Vijendra. Okay, I'll take it's like 23 minutes has been done. Sorry, I can say 53 minutes has been done now,
53.
Vijendra. How you're feeling now? Are you still tense, or we can continue for
Not
two
at
more
all.
hours?
I we can continue now. Yeah.
Nice, nice. Good, good, good. Okay, so this might be question directly to you. Useful discussion. Thank you. How to become a ServiceNow architect? I'm working in a
Mhm.
senior developer. I need some guidance. Sir.
Don't call me sir. I have a very amazing name. Call me Vijendra. And yeah, that's a very interesting question because before appearing for the CTA exam, I have a complete different perspective. I was thinking that I will going to learn lots of scripting, lots of development, but uh, after appearing the CTA, I completely got another perspective. We first of all, like when you wanted to become architect, you need to unlearn what you have learned a developer mindset. You need to think from a perspective, or you can say in a eagle eye view, from where you can see everything, how the things are connected. You need to think from a solution perspective, not from just debugging things or provide a quick solutions, but you need to understand the things from which can be sustained for a long period of time, and which will create a very less hindrance when you wanted to make a change. And that's how, like, when you started thinking like this, you will become the architect. I have this perspective that the testers are the very worst part of the any development thing, because we getting frustrated when they finding the bugs in our solutions, right? But trust me, they are the very important aspect of the software engineering development life cycle, because they figured out the bugs at the very initial stage so that you get the robust solution when you are running live. So that perception of mine has been changed now when I'm acting as an architect or become the certified technical architect. So uh, to 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 get into the shoe of an architect, think from a bigger perspective, think from a robust solution, and think that how you can integrate things and can build a sustainable solutions.
Okay. So it means that from the in the developer in the development way, you are fixing the things, but in the architect, you have to be change your mindset. How this
Right.
can make a good solution which can be stay for a longer time with the less coding, less customization, and the possible alternatives on that particular part. So I'm not sure what's your good name is. You put just a PB here. So what I can say here that start connecting with your architects in your team, observe what they are doing, and then start learning from them, and you can put your feet in their shoes as well. Good.
Yeah.
Okay.
Once
So
you're
next,
done with your solution, sorry, Atul, I just
no,
wanted
no,
to add
no.
one more thing. Like if you wanted to become an architect, once you completed your solutions, help others, and you will get to
Yes.
know what other things are running into the product. And then probably once you will start thinking from the perspective of architect, because it's you're not working on your solutions, you will able to correlate how the stories has been built.
True. True. Definitely. Yep. And the next question come from Ajay and again PB. Oh, congrats, Ajay. You are starting the CTA. Good luck. And tough
Amazing.
time it is going to be start now. So, any tips for CTA?
Start preparing your presentations.
Yes, that's the core actually. That's the core actually. Yep.
You
And
will
PB,
also get sorry, you will get lots of suggestions from the mentors as well. But if you build any solutions, the important thing is that you should be able to present these solutions in front of everyone, and you will should be able to answer the questions on the basis of what have you prepared. That's a very useful tip, I must say, to become a CTA, to get the certificate. But I'm sure that the work which you are doing, Ajay, must be a level of architect itself.
yes, definitely. So might be you can connect Ajay again with Vijendra, and there's a lot of Amit Gujari is also one of the CT who recently done that particular part. And from the MVP community, Harneet Seetal is there, who is the CTA, old CTA is the Ishan is there. So a lot of people are there in the community who can be helping that particular part. And PB, just for your reference, as Ajay already says, CTA is not a kind of a free course. It is required a 14 to 16 week good training presentations, then you have to go for the exam as well. Earlier there was no
Yeah.
exam, but now they have service now come with the exams as well. Good. So I guess Deepak, your question has been answered, like product owner, technical PM, which are open senior roles. That's done. And also something to business. Okay, how to get CTA training plan? CTA training, please guide me. My name is Pavna Kumari. So Pavna might be what I can say that you can go on the ServiceNow community and just type the CTA courses kind of things, you will get a step-by-step execution. Also, one thing, CTA and CMA seats are filled more quickly than a movie of Salman Khan or Shah Rukh Khan get filled. So
That's
in
true.
20-30 seconds, it get filled.
I think for CMA there is a selection process, but for
Yes,
CTA it's a very quick one. Within three
exactly.
four seconds the seat got filled.
Seats got filled. So you have to be more quick in your time zone that when the windows is getting open. And also, I did not recommend to go for the CTA if you just have a 2 or 3 experience. Wait till go to the 4, 5, or 6 experience, year experience, then go for the CTA particular part.
That's
Okay,
100%
so
correct.
yep. So we are on the time now. Last question. Even though I want to discuss your knowledge experience, okay, let's take few more minutes. How was your knowledge experience? Latest, I will say, because Florida versus Vegas is totally different. And I met you in the Vegas last year, the in person finally.
Yeah, yeah, Atul. So yeah, I must say, like as you already mentioned that the Vegas and the Florida is completely different experience. I'll tell you one thing about the on-site itself, like or visiting the another country, because I was in Florida and it was the very first time when I was going away from India, right?
Mhm.
And when we landed in Orlando and we took a cab and we reached the venue and there was one of my colleagues, Jitin was with me, and I'm asking him, Jitin, when the city will arrive? And Jitin mentioned, this is the city only. And I was like shocked. Because
Right.
there was no huge skyscrapers and nothing like that. Our perspective of going or
These
visiting on site is completely
events, like
different. But
yes.
in Orlando, it was a completely other way around. It was a very chill city,
Mhm.
very few buildings, long distance, only cars available on the streets.
True.
So that was a complete different experience in Orlando. And then when I visited Vegas, it was a completely different experience.
Yes. True,
Yeah,
true. So
so
what was your learning from the knowledge?
um knowledge learnings, uh Atul, I think it's very person to person, but specifically for me,
Mhm.
knowledge give me the confidence how to talk with other person, because before that I was not confident enough in speaking with strangers. But in knowledge, I think I remember that Infobeans has booth as well the very first time,
True.
and I am fortunate enough to get the good founders as well. They were along with me into the event,
Mhm.
and they taught specifically me a lot, and they gave us the confidence. I still remember that I was not able to eat with the knife and the fork with the very first time, and my founder make me very comfortable eating with the hands, and that was a very good gesture, I must say. And then later on I learned lots of things, but yeah, I mean, I was fortunate at that time, and that's how I started learning how to create your network, how to deal with people. So that's the very amazing experience you will get to know from knowledge. I joined knowledge from a different perspective. What I thought is that I'll go over there and I join the technical sessions
Questions,
and
right?
learns the technical things only. But trust me, rather than the technical, I learned lots of human behavioral skills from the knowledge.
True. No, that's true because 3 days event meeting with a lot of people is so tough. So generally and definitely I have some plan to arrange specific sessions for the knowledge as well during the April or May, April specifically. So we'll discuss on that particular part. Last question, and one thing which you notice here in this podcast, and definitely Jerry and Ajay can comment on that particular part. I forgot to play a game with you. Generally, we play a game, but this discussion was going so interesting. I'll not go for the game now. I'll put last question, which put by Jerry here. So I guess that this week only the service now concluded the sales kickoff 2025, and it has been announced as service now entering in the CRM market. What are your thoughts on that particular part?
Service now entering a totally different game now. There are lots of opportunities now available. What I must say, I mean, these are really very good thing, Jerry, you bring on. When I started in ServiceNow, like I had experience of switching my technology very frequently, and when I started with ServiceNow, I was in a perception that for next few 5 years I will be set with ServiceNow, and I will be at least for 5 years I will not my technology. But fortunately, from past 10 years, I'm growing into the ServiceNow, learning new things, and now the CRM market, it
True.
opens a new doors of opportunity for service. Now there will be a direct competition with lots of tools now, and there will be a hot opportunities, I must say, to migrate from some legacy platform to the
Service.
latest and very robust platform now. So uh, lots of opportunities started from here only. I think this has been announced in SKOs only, right?
Yes, you're right, right.
If I'm not wrong,
Last
yeah,
yes,
correct.
yesterday only it has been announced, so it has been concluded
Yesterday,
this week.
yeah, 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 yeah.
Yeah.
That's a talk
Good.
of town now.
No, no, that definitely everybody was talking about this CRM now, and I think that CRM people will be getting happy. Might be they can enter in the service now ecosystem to build the
Some are
platform.
happy and some are like now
Now
jealous about
started.
it,
Yeah.
envying.
Yeah. Okay, so now we are coming on the I can say the conclusion part here. Any last words, thoughts which you want to give to the freshers and about to learn and enter the ServiceNow ecosystem? I'm looking for some kind of a confident or the confidence word because people are getting demotivated, no job openings, nobody's entertaining, but we are the one who are representing a community here. So what are your thoughts or last words here for the community?
See, if you're a fresher and if you're like feeling demotivated, there is one friend of mine. I'll tell his story. He tried in 300 companies, and then he got the job opportunities. So you will also get, definitely there will be opportunity waiting for you. We were the same colleague, same level of experiences. I got my job first, he got it later, but if you keep trying you will get the job. I myself, as I mentioned, that I dropped my CV to 100 or 80 companies in Indore. There are local companies in Indore at that time period, so all the doors I knocked around and dropped my CVs. So definitely now opportunity. Even one trick which I used at that period of time when I was not able to get the email IDs of the company, I'll tell you, Atul. I mean, I use a trick. You know, the water suppliers, the
Yes.
Nagar Nigams. So at that period of time, the email IDs of all the companies are available on their sites because they
Oh,
were submitting the. So I picked the email IDs from that place and dropped the email to each and every companies at the time. So you need to like just keep your eyes open. There are opportunities available, and do not lose confidence at all. Sometimes the time is yours, sometimes time is not yours. Even after giving training to my real cousin, I was not able to get him job for him. But fortunately, when I recommended someone, some other member who was like just randomly talked to me, and he got selected and he got the job.
yeah.
So it's completely depends upon the timings and your luck. Luck is, I must say, 20%. The timing and your preparations are 80%. Keep trying, and definitely you will get the job. Until
Definitely,
and
yes.
unless, keep contributing to community, be active on LinkedIn, and if you're using AI and talking about the AI, be very active and learn new things, which will help you a lot in future as well.
Definitely, correct. Definitely. And this is what the key here. If you keep trying, definitely you will get success sooner or later, but it will be there. Okay, so before closing this session now, I have few updates. Number one, that on the 9th of February, it's confirmed, Vijendra, right?
Yes.
Okay, so 9th of February, it's a Indore developer meetup has been planned. It's a in person. So
In
Jerry and
person.
me are not able to join this time. You, but might be if you are coming the online, then we definitely will join. So if you are in or around Indore and you can travel to Indore, please keep an eye of Vijendra's post. I guess registration is going to be open very soon. I already shared the WhatsApp group link of Indore Meetup. You can join that group so that you can get the quick updates from there. Also on 30th of January, the Yokohama Web Tech Now is going to be live now. That is on the 4 p.m. GMT. It's my time here. And on the 30th, we have, I guess, 30th or 29th, we have a Agent AI release some sessions are going to be up now, which is posted by Lauren yesterday on the community, so you can have a quick eye on that. A lot of interesting webinar sessions are coming in this week. Keep an eye. Yokohama is coming, so get ready to learn a little bit more and to grow together as well. So now Vijendra will take a 10-20 second pause here as a tradition, because in the beginning we pray to God, give us the power. Now, as a tradition, we have to thank to the God as well, because after a long time we connected on this podcast and everybody was there. So let's everybody, I request everybody, please take 10-20 second pause. Thank to the God, the words, the strength, the word power He give to us. We take in the same manner. Don't divert the meanings in our own perspective or other way. Okay, and then finally we close the session. Okay, so first I'll start. I just checked flight not matching with my timings for Indore. No problem. Ajay, you can join next time. Might be I'll also come and then we both together go. Okay, so thank you so much. I'll start from my audience. Thank you so much, Ajay, Jerry, Pavanay Kumar, Deepak, and I guess few more folks are there who was joined this session. Thank you so much for joining, and special thanks to you, Vijendra. I know it's like a 2 months follow up, and finally this has been done in this this January only now. Thank you so much for your time on the Saturday afternoon. It's time for you to be go and enjoy your lunch now. Definitely.
Thank you very much, Atul, for having me here, and thank you very much, Ajay, Jerry, Aman, and others are for the amazing audience. It's really interesting, and I enjoyed this podcast or sessions really well. And thank you very much for being amazing audience again. And thank you, Atul.
Okay. Thanks everyone. See you again on the next week. Next week's session is going to be very, very, very special because I have some guest from UK. She is in service now, but working in something different in service now technology. So let's wait for the flyer and get ready for the next session as well. Thank you so much and have a nice day.